Credulity. My name still remains Ife West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place for separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'm going to be touching a very serious and controversial topic. This is the topic of the alien conspiracy theory, which is what it is. There's this reptilian alien conspiracy theory that is being peddled by some conspiracy theorist believers in the world. This has been on for a very long time, probably up to the last 50 years. We have different people coming out to talk about the reptilian people living among the humans or camouflaging as humans on the planet. And the theory goes this way that there are some group of families that have this reptilian blood in them. And they claim that these people are reptiles. These reptiles are claimed to be ancient aliens that have been living on this planet for millions of years, way back to the beginning of time. And these reptiles, they were here before humans, and they were sort of shape shifters. They can change their shape into human form. And these reptiles are the ones that are currently ruling the planet, and they are into the bloodline of world leaders, as in presidents, royalties. And this conspiracy theorist also goes on to mention names of some ancient world rulers, people that are still ruling today, that they claim that these are children of these reptilian families. And I have read some of these books. Some of them are there. It's everywhere. This philosophy or theory or ideology is popularly propounded by a guy called Icke. Iyke is a conspiracy theorist. And what is bothering me is the one, he somehow got in touch with a South African spiritualist called Credo Mutwa. It's like one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, South African spiritualist is late now. He did so many great work for South African spirituality. He's considered as one of their sangomas, most powerful sangomas and leaders. And he also, according to him, he corroborated this theory of reptiles ruling the planet as humans. Okay, so people often quote him. In fact, the only African spiritualist that they quote concerning this is Credo Mutwa. I have tried to check all the people that believe in this reptilian conspiracy theory. Credo Mutwa is number one for South Africa. I don't think any spiritualists believe that thing in the whole of West Africa. I have been trying to research into this to find out the credibility, if this is true. And today I want to talk about my opinion on this very reptilian conspiracy theory that is going on, because some people actually believe this stuff. And I have tried to look for evidence to see if I can actually see any kind of to confirm any kind of proof if this is really true. But I am having difficulty believing this thing. So I have come to this following opinions concerning this reptilian conspiracy theory or philosophy. It is nothing more than a conspiracy theory. We do not have evidence of this. When people claim that we have a reptilian race that was here before, we do not have any evidence of that. Okay, I have not seen any reptiles running around, any reptiles actually shifting in front of me, or any group of people claiming that they have killed or captured, or a reptile have come out to say something. They say these people are eating, they are hiding themselves from from the public, and there's so many stories come out about this stuff. But from what I have seen so far, from the years that I am living on this planet, I have come to realize that this kind of ideology. It's designed to give power to some people. When you believe that there's some secret power in this planet, or some people that have this kind of reptilian characteristics, and these people are currently ruling you, and they are the ones that are making the major decisions on how your destiny will go, it actually takes away any kind of power from you. It means that you can never be stronger than these people, and you will remain perpetually a slave to these people. So this kind of mentality helps to serve the purpose or the interest of whoever they are attributing the reptilian characteristics to. For instance, most of these conspiracy theories say that the Queen of England and her family, they are all reptiles. That is why they have that position. And they also mention past presidents of America, people like George Bush, Bill Clinton, and some past presidents in the past. But I don't believe this to be true. For the mere fact that I have seen how people evolve from poverty, obscurity, to become very powerful in the world today. These people, when you check their family background, you don't see even previous or prior trace of even wealth in that family line. And these people were able to move upward to into a place of popularity and prominence in life. So I don't buy into that conspiracy theory of a bloodline of some group of people only having the power to rule. This is a lie. We can see this example. We just saw Donald Trump won this current election. We have seen the politics of America. Somebody will not come tomorrow to say Donald Trump is a reptile. Donald Trump is not a reptile. He's just an ordinary businessman. Even the so-called Biden that is there today, Biden was not also, it's not, that man was not a reptile. Obama is not a reptile. We know about his origin, how he grew up, how his lineage, his Kenyan connections, and how he rise to where he rise to. All these things that when they attribute people to give them a certain power or to give them alien characteristics, it is baseless, and it doesn't make sense. Okay, if somebody is dedicated in this life to be somebody, they will achieve that if they focus their mind on it. If they have the opportunity to go forward in life and they are ready to do anything to achieve that, to even sacrifice themselves or lose their sleep or whatever matters to them, they will achieve that thing that they want in this life. So it's not about somebody must come from a reptilian family to be a president of America. I don't buy into that. Okay? Yes, there are some families that were wealthy families right from time. These are families like the Rockefellers or the Koch brothers. We have very powerful families like this that they were born into wealth. Their father was a billionaire, great-grandfather billionaire, and of course, if any child that we born is an automatic billionaire, and that child will be given a billionaire orientation. So you have this family that we call them old money, very wealthy families, and it is just the way it is. They are lucky that their great-great-grandparents saw the foresight of the future of the importance of amassing great wealth, and they create this legacy of transferring that wealth successfully to the next generation. It does not make them reptiles, okay? It does not make them reptiles. We saw how Bill Gates started his Microsoft business from his garage. We saw how Jeff Bezos started his Amazon business from his garage. He was not a reptile. He was a hard-working, skilled businessman. It took him years to get where he is today. Only a few families that can arrive that were born into wealth, like Elon Musk, that we know that he was born into wealth from South Africa. His father was a good miner, was into diamonds, and he was fortunate. It does not make him a reptile. Okay? So this philosophy of anybody that is a billionaire being a reptile, it is childish and immature, and we should stop it. You too can become a billionaire. If you work hard at what you want in this life and you're ready to sacrifice anything that have value to you, you will become a billionaire too. Okay? So this mentality is for people that maybe they don't understand how the science of wealth work, financial engineering, or how to make the right investments. They don't know how all this work because of they cannot explain it. They just acclaim that anybody that is a billionaire must be connected to a reptilian race, or they must have some sort of alien blood in them, or there will be a ritualist. It doesn't work like that. In our age, at least, I am over 40 years right now. I have seen a lot of things on this planet. I've seen how people become presidents in my lifetime, how people have risen and fallen, how people have rised up. You see, you can be able to know how this person, what he did, and how he became what he became. That does not make him a reptile because he's successful and you are not. Okay? So these conspiracy theories are nothing but conspiracy theories. This is not something we should be teaching to people in African spirituality. The greatest sin of the mind, I believe, is to believe things without evidence. This is the greatest sin of the mind. So calling some people reptiles because they have more money, more power, more connections than you. What does that make you? It makes you inferior. It makes you stupid. It makes you childish or immature. Okay? So this is why I say, take a look at presidential elections. Even in Nigeria, we see how politics and tribalistic and greed turn people into presidents. It does not make them reptiles. The only way you can attribute any reptilian characteristic to these people is that they are using the arrow complex of their brain. According to science, we have three brains. We have the cerebrum, we have the basal ganglia, then we have another one, the globus and pallidums of the thalamus, and this basal ganglia is the arrow complex. They say it's that portion of the brain that is responsible for survival, for self-preservation, and for those basic characteristics of flight or fight or sex, reproduction, and it is responsible for the lower self characteristics. When we come into spirituality, we have a higher self and the lower self. When you operating from the lower self, it makes the person to always focus on material things like food, sex, and sexual gratification, and just satisfying the body, making the body to feel good. But when you focus on your higher self, you are thinking not only about your own selfish interest, you're thinking about the general interest of the world, how to make the world a better place, how to sacrifice your needs in order to make or to get other things in the future, how to think about the things that really matters in love, in the world, peace, unity, progress, and spiritual evolution. This involves you not focusing too much on the materialistic life, as in following your instincts to always want to go for what you see, that being controlled by the media or copulation, or always wanting material things to satisfy yourself. So in spirituality, we tend to focus people on the higher self, which is gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge, mastering the self, knowing thyself, and raising up this thing they call the Kundalini energy, living for a greater purpose in life. This is what we do in spirituality. When you have this goal, it will not make you that greedy. It will not make you that selfish. It will not make you be living like doing the things regular people do that makes them not really advance in life. So this arrow complex brain controls the lower human self. Everybody, irrespective of your color, whether you Asian, you white, you black, you have the reptilian brain inside you. So if you want to tell me that these people that are controlling the world, they are using their reptilian brain, I will say, okay, I agree. Because most of the people in places of power, they are people that are very desperate. They are people that are very materialistic to a certain extent. People that we do anything to achieve power. And most of them, the way they get into that office is not really a good way. They do a lot of bad stuff to obtain that power. So we can say these people are using their reptilian brain to live this life. They will get whatever they want, but spirituality, they have nothing to write home about, and they don't care about that. They just want to satisfy themselves in this physical world. If you say people are using their reptilian brain to live life, to achieve worldly things in life, For instance, a lot of people use their reptilian brain. This our pulpit bandit pastors, men of dogs, they are all using the reptilian brain. It is the brain that you use to do anything whatsoever to get what you want, to deceive people, enslave your people, sell your people into slavery, tell lies, cheat, steal. All these people that do all these things, they are operating from a very low vibrational state of the body. So we can say these people, they are only focused on their reptilian brain mechanism. That is what they just care about, satisfying themselves. Nothing more, nothing less. They are selfish. They don't care about the other people. They don't care about the greater good. They don't have any kind of they don't have any plan for helping or improving or making this world a better place. They only care about amassing wealth for themselves and making themselves feel good. We can say this kind of people, they are only focused on the lower self. They are using their reptilian brain only to live their life. Okay, they don't care what will happen to them in the future. They just want what they want, and they want it now. We have lots of these people in the world. A lot of the people in the world today, they are like this. Okay, we can see them in the movie stars, in music, in politics. A lot of these are our world leaders, presidents, governors. When they get into power, you see the way they behave. You see these people they are operating like reptiles because they don't care about the greater good of the people. They only care about filling their bank account and pockets and satisfy themselves. So if you call these people reptiles because they are using their reptilian brain instead of using the higher aspects of the brain to live life, I will understand you. But to say that they are impregnated by some alien reptile blood from another planet to rule over you is it is childish, and it doesn't make sense. So this reptilian conspiracy, I have been avoiding the topic for a long time because I know that there are some people that believe in this thing, and I don't want to like call them out or make them look in a certain type of way. But everybody is entitled to their own beliefs. If you believe that they are reptiles and you cannot prove it and you just believe, you are free to do that. But I believe that before you want to say something, you must have evidence beyond reasonable doubt to start pushing this ideology everywhere. A lot of these people that are saying all these conspiracy theorists, people, Dave Icke and Alex Jones from InfoWars and all those kind of people, they are just what they are, conspiracy theories. There is no hard evidence. You see many of these people, I believe that there might be aliens living among us. I don't argue that. I know that we are not the only ones in this planet. I know that there have been UFO sightings and people claim they have seen UFOs. All this, I believe that it is possible. But for you to be pushing only this without evidence does not really make sense. For instance, now let me give you an example. I have never seen anybody in Nigeria that claimed to have seen a UFO. The UFO sightings we hear is only from America. UFOs never come to Africa. Why don't the aliens visit Africa so that we can see their UFO aircraft? Is it only America they are going to? Is it only to Alaska they are going to? Why don't we see these UFOs? Why don't they come to Africa? This thing, they shock me. Only white people, Caucasians, they see UFO. So we Africans, we don't see UFOs. Why do you want me to believe in UFO sightings when it does not happen in my place? I've never seen any African person that said that I was adopted by aliens. Only these people in America. Why are the UFOs love going to America? All the aliens only adopt people from America. Why don't they adopt African people? Okay, they don't like African people. Or is it really true? Something that is not happening in your land, it is very hard for you to believe it. I mean, Africa, we know, is a cradle of civilization. There's a lot of things to see here. We have all the natural resources here. If I was an alien and I'm looking for natural resources, is it not the place that you have it in abundance that you will go to? You will not be going to places where they don't really have a lot of things to offer. Of all the cases I've been watching on TV, on their science documentary or history channel, I have never seen African people being adopted by aliens. Only Caucasian people. Even it's rare to even see Asian people being adopted by aliens. And this so-called reptilian family, they are also Caucasians. They don't have reptiles in Russia. President Putin is certainly not one of the reptilians, and that man have a lot of power. Xi Jinping in China is not one of the reptilians, and he also have a lot of power too. So how come it's only the Caucasian bloodline that have this reptile agenda inside them? Nobody from Africa is a reptile. Uh, this one, so the thing not really makes sense. I mean, if there's a Haitian bloodline, we should be able to see this, around other races. If this UFO has really come into the world, as they say, we in Africa too should be citing UFOs from time to time. People will be coming out to say they have been adopted by aliens, and then they were brought back. They were taken. We have not seen anybody. Then we say they take them into a spacecraft and they were probed and this and that. They did the experiment. Then after some years, they dropped them back. Only in America. It never happens in Africa. How do you expect me to believe this kind of stories? Are you so special that only aliens can adopt you, or is something wrong with you? Something is fundamentally wrong with you that aliens just like adopting you. So before you come to say something to us here, we need to analyze the issue. It never happen for you. This is what I'm trying to say. Most of the things they are saying happening in their world, and they believe it, and they still want us to believe it. It does not happen in my side of the world. There's nobody, no, I've never seen any African person that is adopted by alien from Africa. We have never seen any UFO, and we have clear skies as with the Waka Reach. We need to see UFOs coming to Africa. Why don't they come to Africa? Then you expect me to be believing all these kind of stories? Or maybe it is artificial UFOs that is flying around your country? I have to see all these things very clear. Then the people that are ruling us here, we don't see them as reptiles. We see them as puppets. Our African leaders, we don't see them having alien blood. Now puppets, we know them. Very tribalistic, greedy, selfish people that are ready to sell their own people into slavery. This is much more realistic, and this is what they do. They are not aliens. They don't have any alien blood. We know where they come from. We know their village. We know their family. We know how they behave. We know the sinful things. We know all the money that they have embezzled from the federal account. We know all the crimes that they are committing. They are not aliens. They are just mere criminals. Okay? So that alien theory, I don't buy into it. Okay? Some people can say something. If you does not have, or you don't have a better explanation for some things happening in the world, does not mean that you should attribute it to aliens. Now, Credo Mutwa is a big leader. I respect him. He's highly respected all over the world, especially in South Africa. He's almost regarded as a legend, a god. But not nobody is above fallibility. Okay, not everything people say we should take hook, line, and sinker. Okay? Sometimes people make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Even me, I make mistakes too. So when somebody is saying something, we should examine every grain of word they are talking about. Most of the things he have done, I've watched his video, it makes total sense. I'm totally in alignment. In fact, the only thing I am not in alignment with him is this alien conspiracy theory, this reptilian race. I don't agree with this one. I agree with all the rest things. Okay, I understood that yes, there have been serious cases of apartheid. They have lost a lot of information about world history in South Africa. There are many things that have happened to them, and they have really experienced the oppression, dehumanization, humiliation of the Caucasian race. I know what they did in South Africa. How many South Africans died? How Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison fighting for freedom. I know all these things. All this have happened to them. For say these people fighting us, they kind of are indestructible people. They must have a kind of evil power that is propelling them. They must be reptiles. These people are not humans. The humans cannot treat us like this. They have to be more than humans. They have to be evil. It is enough to create this kind of philosophy against your enemy. When you're fighting an enemy that is totally wicked, malicious, and does not give you breathing space, that want to see you disappear. This thing is more than a human being. This thing is an evil spirit. Yes, we call most of them evil spirits. So it's understandable to create this kind of philosophy and say these people, they are not humans. They are reptilians. They want to wipe us out. It's normal. when you have this kind of enemy, you didn't do anything to them. They just arrived at your land, stealing your natural resources, killing your people, taking your land, and continue trying to just wipe you out. You have to call them evil. This is evil. There's nothing bigger than evil. So if you, after years of seeing this kind of thing, you have to say these enemies, they are aliens, they are not humans. So I understand where that kind of philosophy might come from. Okay? But me, I don't still believe them. I see them for what they have. Greedy, evil people that are savages, people that that is, we cannot measure their level of greed. People that have no love, this Caucasian race that started colonization, I don't see really much goodness coming from them. It's all about destroying and taking everything from themselves and changing the face of this planet. I see them doing this over and over again, but I don't see them as reptiles from another planet. I see them as people that have lost their way to greed and just people that are very low-minded. They operate from the lower chakras. They operate fully with the reptilian minds of self-preservation and satisfying their self, nothing more, nothing less. These are just people that operate with the full reptilian aspect, with the arrow complex minds. This is where I see them. When you talk about arrow complex, they are experts at killing, expert at destruction, expert at deceiving people or taking things from people. They are experts, but that does not make them aliens from another planet. It makes them greedy, selfish vermines. That is what it makes them. So I will not give them that that honor and dignity of calling them aliens or from another planet. I will not dignify them by giving them extra power, because I don't see them having any extra power. I just see them as people that are very shallow-minded, cretins. That is the way I see them. So I don't buy into this reptilian conspiracy theory, which is exactly what it is. Reptilian conspiracy theory, and that is what it ends. There's no evidence to validate all those trash. I don't run with it. And I believe that we should remove that thing from African spirituality. It has no place, because it makes us weak. It makes us don't know what we are doing here. Okay, we should focus on our history, our spirituality, and improving ourselves, improving our continent, and our race. Nothing more, nothing less. Anything about aliens or doing this, besides, this does not give credibility to our original history. When you say aliens were here before you, and aliens, the next thing you say aliens built Egypt, aliens did all your work for you, you did nothing. This is where it is going. So anything about aliens coming to build Kemet, we can trace history of Kemet from Kush, which is modern day Sudan. Kemet did not just start in a day. The pyramid of Khufu did not grow up one day. It started gradually, thousands of years. If you want to trace the origins, study Kush, the Kushite empire in Sudan. If you go to Sudan today, there are still over 250 pyramids, mini pyramids there. The pyramid culture did not start in Kemet. It started in Sudan. Even in Nigeria, we have more than 10 pyramids. The Nosodu pyramids, we have them in Nigeria. So it did not start one day. That one day the earth was bare and empty. That some aliens just flew in with spacecraft and they start designing stuff for us. No. That's a story does not make sense. We can trace the origin of how this thing started from inner Africa. So I don't buy into that alien theory, reptilian theory. It gives credibility to aliens. This is what David Icke is doing. This is what this useless guy Bill Carson is doing. This Zachariah Sitchin, the book of Iyke, all those nonsense. This is what they are attributing to taking the glory of the origin of civilization from Africa with this alien nonsense. So I don't buy into it. We have physical evidence of the development, the gradual development of Kemet. We have the physical evidence. We have it on record. I can show you that. So I will not ascribe to aliens coming to build ancient Africa. I will not ascribe to that. So everybody have their own way of entitling their belief. If you don't have explanation for something, it does not mean you should give it to aliens. You should give the credit to aliens. Okay? So this is just the way I see this topic of the alien conspiracy theory, which is just what it is. Okay? Until we have more data, more evidence that we can actually see, it will continue to be a conspiracy theory. Only in America, all these people, we see all these mad people talking whatever they are talking. We don't see this in Africa. We don't have any alien adoptions in Africa. We don't see UFOs in Africa. What we see is different. The miracles that we see here is the ones that we make happen by ourselves. Okay? So I don't believe all those things. It is not part of my program. It is not part of my belief system. It's not part of my study. I don't have evidence for that. Until I have evidence, I will not believe it. So this is my take on this issue. And I hope that one or two people can get one or two things. If you have had evidence about aliens, you can bring it to me. I want to believe too. Okay? If you have evidence, real evidence, please show me. Make I see them. Okay, I want to see them. Too, I want to see the spaceship and the UFOs. I want to see people that claim they have been adopted, where they take them to. I want to see all these things. Okay? So until I have evidence, I will not say anything about it. We'll keep looking at it as a conspiracy theory. So I believe in focusing on African spirituality and pursuing conspiracy theories endlessly. That is another stupidity and another distraction from our own self. It's a distraction. This is what I say. So it's my take. I don't mean to disparage anybody, especially Credo Mutwa is a very big spiritualist, and a lot of people look up to him. Okay, I respect him too. But this alien reptilian race nonsense with David Icke, this is what I don't agree with him. Okay, this is my only issue I have. Until I have more evidence, I will not agree with this kind of philosophy. Okay, it does not make sense for me. So I think I will stop here for today. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell close to the subscribe button. And please, if you hit that notification bell, there's another thing that will pop up. About 4 boxes. Please hit all notification, so that you can get all my videos and all my articles as I post them. A lot of my subscribers do not receive my notification. I don't know why. Over 28,000 subscribers. I will do video in 24 hours. Only 500 people will be viewing it. I don't understand. It does not make sense for somebody to subscribe to a channel and he does not watch it. So I ask people, they don't get my notification. If you want to get it, please do your extra best. Hit the all sign. And even if you hit that all sign, some people still do not get it. You have to bookmark the channel. I don't know what is going on with my own channel, but we know waiting day. So just bookmark the channel so that you can be getting the videos as usual. And if you have questions or topics you'd like us to talk about, treats, you can write it in the comment section. If you want to do your oracle tarot divinations, I do that. If you want to learn African spirituality, I teach it. I have a 6-month program where I teach African history before Christianity, before colonization, who we were. I teach that one as well, okay? So you can register for my program. It's a very intensive program. I will present you with a lot of scientific, etymological evidence to prove it to you, okay? Then, of course, if you have not gotten my book, this book, Quantum Physics and African Spirituality, this book will help you a lot. Okay, for people that want to know about the origin of quantum physics, the origin of African spirituality, what this subject is, how you can apply it in real life situation, and a lot more. You want to know about Gagu, the Grand Unified Almighty Theory that was propounded by Dr. Gabriel Oyibo. You have that in this book. If you want to know about time travel, space travel, negative space, and you want to know about the evil forest, a lot of topics, hardcore topics that they don't teach in the university, and they don't teach anywhere else, you will have it here. And I put a lot of references for you to know what you are reading. So I didn't just write this book that say that you will read something without reference. Everything I do here, I try to give you a lot of evidence to back it up. So this book is a very powerful book that you need. It's an arsenal and a gateway into the past and present and the future. Okay, so please get this book. Then if you want to know how to do spells, walking in the shadow of the gods, this one will teach you how to do practical African spells. And I have all the names, the botanical names of all the herbs and various illnesses that you can be able to treat. These are illnesses that will cost you a lot of money in the hospital. You can do this with this book. It will empower you. and it will help you in situations of protection, prosperity, love, and open doors. There are a lot of spells here for you that will help you. So please get this one. Then, if you want to have direct contact with the Neterus of ancient Egypt, walking in this one Whispers of Amente, we also help you. You read this book, you do the rituals inside, it will bring the spirit into your consciousness. It will give you a direct connection with the deities. Okay, they are still here. They are not evil spirits. This is not like those Western grimoires where you see spirits that you don't know where they come from. I call those kind of spirit bastard spirits. You don't know, they are not original to any land, they are not indigenous to any people. They don't have any responsibility towards this planet. They are just like assassins. We don't deal with those kind of spirit in African spirituality. When you're dealing with deities or spirits, you need to know where they come from. You need to know about the people that venerated or worshipped them in the past. You need to see what they did for those people. Spirit that have started civilization, that were responsible for creating the world civilization, powerful deities that have done things, they have a lot of experience. You will learn a lot of things from this spirit. When you begin to get in contact with this spirit, they'll be teaching you how ancient people were doing things during their time. They'll be teaching you the secret of the ancient Kemetic people, the ancient Egyptians, how they were living their life, doing things, all those things that they were doing. They'll be teaching you all those things. This is how powerful this stuff is. So you need to get in contact with these spirits. If there's any spirit you want to make contact with, this ancient Egyptian spirit, they are the best. Okay? They will teach you how they were able to make their civilization to be what it is, how they were able to do all those things. These are the kind of wisdom you'll be getting. Not those spirits that will be leading you into dark paths and how to commit abomination, do all sort of rubbish. Not those kind of dirty, foul spirits. I don't deal with those kind of spirits. Okay, so if you want good spirit that will teach you good things, now here the day. Okay, they are not evil spirits that will looking for your soul or blood or all those kind of rubbish. These are good spirits. Get these 3 books. The 3 of them is just $300, and you have this knowledge, powerful knowledge. Okay, ignorance is much more expensive, by the way. So before those people start complaining that it's there where, I go price back sell of Gary for market, and I go know how far. So that's how the thing just build. So I believe a word is enough for the wise, and we need to be aware of what we are doing. Believing things without evidence is the worst sin of the mind. So this conspiracy nonsense, until we see real evidence, until we see the aliens, make una keep una story to themselves. You cannot just be telling me things and story. We need to see am for Africa. Okay, we need to see am for this side of town. So una keep una story to una self. And the way I just see am. So questions and comments are welcome again. And thank you for watching. I am very, very delighted. For those people that have been supporting me, patronizing me, I am very, very grateful. I thank you very much. It's because of people like you that I am still here, and the work is progressing, expanding, and you are seeing the result of the things that you are doing. I thank you very much for that, and I'll continue to do my best to bring it the way it is, to bring enlightenment, liberation, empowerment, education, awareness to our people, and we will keep moving forward, even if it's one step at a time. So I thank you for that, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.